Hey guys, it's Keisha here at Faye Dusk, and I thought I'd do a, quick video. I always say quick video, but then I end up rambling on for ages. You have to excuse my hair, it looks awful. Really, really, really needs a wash. But I hope the lighting's not too bad. It's sort of starting to get dusk time over here. And I'm still filming on my iPhone, but I'm getting my camera in a couple of weeks. So that's the top looks really weird. So that's very exciting. The video I want to do today, so like I said before, I've got a notepad full of list full of different videos, is how I found my path, or why rather I became Wiccan. Wow. Basically, long story. It goes back to when, just before I was 13, I'm 25 now, so been a Wiccan for a very long time. Just before I was 13, I was just starting year 8, and I'd become good friends with a girl in my tutor group called Siobhan, and she was friends with a girl called Jade who had just moved over here and started our school at, I think it was the end of year 7, beginning of year 8, from the Isle of Man. And her friends in the Isle of Man were sort of messing around with Wicca, and she told Siobhan about it. And then when I was around Siobhan's house, we used to go around the house for tea and stuff, she started talking to me about it, and literally, I don't know, it was almost like a light bulb moment went off in my head. I was just like, wow, this is me, this is what, I don't know, it was just amazing. I just thought, wow, this is sort of like what I've been searching for in my life. I mean, when I was, so the previous year earlier, I mean, growing up I was never raised as Christian. My mother's not Christian, she's quite spiritual, more so through me and my spiritual practices, but she never got us baptised or anything like that, and we never went to church. I mean, I went to brownies and stuff, and guides, but never did any religious things. And I remember when I was in school in year 7, they gathered all of us in like our big sports hall, and we had, he was like a couple of, no, he was like an older gentleman, sort of like, he must have been something to do with the church, I don't know, but he was giving out Bibles to us. They were like little small red ones, I can't even remember, it's probably the New Testament, I don't even know. But yeah, and we had like a talk, and he gave us all Bibles each. And I remember I went home and I started I was excited. I guess I just wanted to try to find religion, or try to find myself. And I was just, remember it was in really small print, and I was just sort of trying to read through it and stuff. And it just literally, I just didn't resonate with me. I just didn't feel anything, and I felt bad because I felt like I should feel something. But so it was just such a relief almost, like the following year, to be able to finally put a name to what I believed in, if that makes sense. And so from that point, me and Siobhan started working on our books of shadows and printing loads of things out from the internet at school. We'd go, and when I go around the house, we'd do like little spells or talk about like a coven that we were gonna make, and all that sort of thing, really. And it just went from there. I mean, Siobhan, she sort of dipped in and out of Wicca, and then she went back to being Catholic. So father's Catholic, and Wicca just wasn't right for her. Although I still used to talk about it with her and stuff, I sort of stayed on the path, whereas she veered off the path. And we're not friends anymore. We were friends for a long time, but I don't think that she's pagan or Wiccan or anything like that anymore. As far as I'm aware, I don't think she is. And then after that, I just sort of did just basically working on my book of shadows and reading loads and loads of books. I remember when I first started out in Wicca, and it's crazy how much things have changed now in 10 plus years. I used to go into bookshops, like into Waterstones and like Ottakar's and Dubwit Smiths and Hammocks and all the old ones you don't even get anymore, and there'd be nothing in there. Be nothing on paganism, nothing on Wicca or spirituality or anything. And now it's just crazy. You go into bookshops and there's just shelves and shelves full of books. Go onto Amazon and eBay and even like going on to W. Smith's and all that online, it's just hundreds of books. Just search and find anything. It's just so amazing. I remember the first time I found a book in W. Smith's. It was like a gypsy magic book, and I was just like, wow. It was literally on the shelf. That was it. There was nothing else. I was just like, wow, oh my god, like the first book sort of thing. And I remember in my teen years, slowly, like I started to get a few more books. I had to get things by Fiona Horn and Marie Bruce and Miranda Baker, and just slowly started to get Silver Raven Wolf. So I started to get sort of a few books. So it was nice to slowly started to have more, and it was just amazing. So literally I just bought up everything, and I just read and read and read, and still to this day, sort of like Fiona Horn's probably my favourite author. Quite like Silver Raven Wolf. Marie Bruce is another favourite of mine as well. I love their books. I still even go back to the books even now. Even the teen ones I had when I was a teen, I still think there's quite a lot of stuff in there, but I still find useful even now. Yeah, so I've got so many different books on spells and magic and Wicca and paganism and all sorts. And I still find more. My Amazon basket is full of books that I want to read, and as any good witch knows, you can never stop learning, basically. There's always going to be something else out there. But yeah, so that's that. And I don't really know what I did. Sorry, my battery flashed up on my phone like 20%. It was really annoying. Yeah, so I suppose I just sort of carried on from there, really. Yeah, so I read a lot. I was building my Book of Shadows. Although I sort of kept changing Books of Shadows because I just didn't really find anything I liked. And also when I was about, I'm trying to think, I think I was year 10 or year 11, so sort of about, I think I was end of year 10 maybe, so I was about 15-ish. My mum, when she'd been shopping, she came home with a magazine for me called Spirit and Destiny. It's very popular. I don't know if any of you guys read it. It's been going over 10 years now. And ever since that first issue, I buy every single issue. I'm sure you saw from a previous video that I did recently on a quick walk through my Book of Shadows, all the cutouts and things that I have. Most of the cutouts are from Spirit and Destiny old issues. But yeah, I read every single issue. I absolutely love that magazine. I buy it all the time. I'm so excited to read it. And so I was very grateful to my mom. She got me on Spirit and Destiny, and I love Spirit and Destiny. I mean, it's not even just like about Wicca. There's loads of different things about spirituality, homeopathy, loads of different things. If you haven't read it before, I would definitely suggest getting it. Definitely, I really, really, really enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie, guilty pleasure sort of reading gossip magazines and things like that, but I absolutely love Spirit and Destiny. Like, it's just over £3, and I think that's £3 well spent. So yeah, so I get Spirit and Destiny all the time. I find loads of useful things in there all the time, with different recipes and spells and different practices and all sorts of things. Yeah, so I started reading that a lot. Got a lot of inspiration from that. And then don't really know. And then yeah, so then after that, I just sort of kept bumbling along, really. I mean, I've never really done spells and rituals that often. So I know some people say, oh, well, you're not really a practicing Wiccan. But I don't think that you have to do spells all the time, or that you should do spells willy-nilly just for people to say, oh, yeah, you're a witch because you do, I don't know, you do a spell every SBAT or whatever. Like, I do rituals, I do spells when I feel I need to. I think it's bad. Why should you always have to ask the universe for things all the time? And I just personally, for me, like, I think there's a lot more to being a Wiccan than just doing spells. That's a part of it, not the only thing. So I do spells and rituals when I need to. Not that often, but I'm definitely a practicing Wiccan. My beliefs and the way Wicca has shaped my life, like, I live my life the Wiccan way, if that makes sense. So yeah, so basically I just sort of to keep going back to the same thing, I just sort of carried on from there, and that was it, really. Just sort of, I think I definitely believe that, obviously, like, everything happens for a reason, and I believe that I was meant to meet Siobhan, and we were meant to be friends, just like she was meant to meet Jade, and just like she was meant to tell me about Wicca. I mean, if I hadn't met her, I would have discovered Wicca, but I reckon it would have been a couple of years later. So yeah, so I just reckon everything just sort of fell into place, really. And yeah, so I don't know, I guess I'm just so grateful that I found Wicca. I just really believe that it's changed my life, like, for the better. I feel like such a better, more well-rounded person, like, spiritually, physically and emotionally, for being on this path. And I don't know, really, it's just who I am. It's just a very, very big part of who I am. Like, I feel my life, my spirituality are intrinsically linked. And as growing up through my life, I've always been solitarian. Like I've said before, I have no urge to join like a coven or anything like that. And I think that's just because I'm so used to, I'm eclectic as well, and I'm so used to doing it by myself. I just don't think I'd want to include anyone else. But yeah, so I mean, and it's really, really cool. Recently, me and Mandy have become friends. Mandy's channel, I'm sure you know, she's been in a few of my videos for her beauty channel, but her pagan channel is the She Whisperer. And it's just so cool to actually have someone else who's pagan and be able to talk about things, and I don't know, someone else to sort of understand. So that's really good, because it's the first time in my life, apart from my friend Siobhan, that's just dipping in and out, but it's the first time in my life I've actually, like, physically been friends with someone else who actually is pagan as well. So that's really, really, really cool. But yeah, this video has gone on longer than I wanted, but I haven't really, that's really it, really. Just sort of thought, I was like, I'm going to write stuff down for this video, but then I thought, no, I know what I want to say. I only write notes down for the videos, I'm not really too sure what I'm saying, but I was like, I know exactly what I want to say. So I thought, don't need to write notes, but now I know I bet I've forgotten loads of things I wanted to say, because I feel like I've not really gone in depth enough. But I didn't want to go in too in depth, because I'm sure you don't want to know every single detail of my life. You'd be like stupidly bored. But yeah, so if I've forgotten like anything major, I may do like another video, quite possibly. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I absolutely love it. If you did some video responses on how you came into the path, or you commented, or you follow me. You know, if you follow me on Twitter, you could tweet me about your experiences and how you come into the path. My dog's now whining. No, Pepsi, this is like the end of my video. Stop it. And yeah, so on how you came onto the path and all that sort of thing would be really cool. And I hope you liked this video. If you enjoyed this video, then please like it. It'd be really cool. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's really cool. I'm starting to get subscribers, which is awesome. So I don't think people actually listen to me and my ramblings, but clearly someone must like me. But I'm going to go into now, because you're probably getting like super, super, super bored. But anyway, lots of love and an extra big heap of fairy dust. Mwah.